Hello everyone, this is xtienshinhan here, and I just woke up. I'm really tired, but we're gonna go over the patch notes for Season 6 version update announcement. I've seen some stuff, so this isn't completely blind. I've seen that some things have gotten nerfed. I just don't know how or by how much, so about to find out. So again, Ninjala Season 6 is here. Version update announcement. Nearing our first anniversary, new stages, Egypt stage, gun weapons, heroes and villains is the theme. I don't know. I looked at the battle pass. Battle pass is pretty good. I'm getting a tier 96 and no one can stop me. But yeah. Let's see. A special first anniversary base, June 24th. Oh, June to September. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy they're extending it for the remainder of the season, essentially. Like, I mean, I kind of figured they'd do this. I just thought it would just be a one-day thing. But this is good. I like this. And new anniversary campaign. This is good. Matsuri Pass Festival for the anniversary. Good. Featured battles. Good. More strikers. Always good. Still wish it was permanent, but it's better. It's better than nothing. I'll tell you that. Okay. Matching improvements. Thank God. Oh my God. They finally added. Oh my God. Matching conditions have been overhauled. Starting from Season 6, you'll no longer match with players with vastly different ranks. In addition, even when forming a party through invitations, you'll no longer be able to enter a ranked match if there's too large of a disparity between your members' ranks. When you want to create a party with friends of different ranks, go for freeze. We'll continue to optimize conditions of ranked battles by adjusting and limiting limiter ratings and implementing other improvements. So thank the Lord God Almighty they did this. So the issue that everyone has been complaining about since the beginning of the game was that you could be a ninja god and get matched with apprentices. And that created a huge problem because the way that matchmaking worked, right, it matched your top rated person with your other top rated person and then filled in the gaps. And sometimes when it filled in the gaps with players who were not ninja gods or anywhere close. So essentially, right, if one team had a ninja god, it would match other ninja gods or try to match other ninja gods with that player, and then it would match you against another team. Or at least that's how I kind of perceived it to happen. Now, you just won't be able to. So it's finally like other games. So like, for example, League, right? If you're a platinum level player, if you're ranked plat in League, you cannot play with people who are silver or bronze. Silver or bronze in ranked. It's just not possible. And that helps matchmaking a lot because it forces you to play against people who are around your skill, right? You can play anyone in gold and below, or you can play anyone in gold or above, right? And then obviously you can play people who are better. And I think this is for the better. And I think if they added a cap to it, right, where if like, for example, if you're super ninja, right, you can only play with elites and legendaries. And if that was like the range at which you could play, I think that's really good. And what it also fixes too, it also fixes the issue of losing 1,000,000 points and gaining nothing for winning. That's the other thing it fixes, and that feels really, really good. Like, for example, if you're in a ninja god and you're in a BR lobby full of people who are not ninja gods, essentially you would have to gain first place to win any semblance of points, and you would maybe win like, that's where like that you'd maybe win like what, like plus 3, plus 5, right? Comparatively, if you were to get even like, if you were competitively to even get like 4th, you would lose like maybe, I don't know, you probably lose like 15 or more, honestly, just for 4th place, which you really shouldn't lose, like, or at least something along those lines where like or at least 5th place would probably be better. Like, it's just so good that they finally fixed it. I know some of the Japanese players were calling from the fixed matchmaking. This makes me really happy. Still not going to play ranked, but this does make me very, very happy to see this for all the people who do play ranked. Especially for the people that solo queue. The main issue with this, though, is that, you know, you can no longer play, like, for example, if one of your friends is, like, just barely out of the range where you can play with them, it feels really bad because now they essentially have to solo to get to a rank by which they can actually play with their friends. Thankfully, though, due to the way that the clan system panned out over the course of this game's lifespan, it shouldn't be a problem to find a lot of people of varying ranks, so you should always really have a party of at least 2 other people to play with, which I think is fine. Anyway, that's I'm just super happy about this change. Overall, really good change. Off to a good start. The Shinobi shop is open. Really good start. I've kind of been wanting this. It's just better. There's nothing really. I don't want to go in depth with this. It's just better than what is already out there, like by a long shot. Yeah. So really good change. Just really good change. Pass Mini. I'm not a fan of the Pass Mini because I feel like it's just another money grab. But conversely, someone pointed out to me, it's like, hey, it's really good for the people that just want unlimited weapon skins but don't really want anything for the pass. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. I think that's pretty good. Like, honestly, okay, wait, so it lets you go up to tier 30. Okay, hold on, let me go to the battle pass real quick. So it lets you go. It works the same way as the regular Ninjala pass, which is what I thought. But it goes up to tier 30. Let's look. So let me switch to. So the battle pass, you can go to tier 30. So right here, I think is. So anything before this point you can get with the Pass Mini, I think. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff you can get for just, not buying the full pass. I think the Pass Mini is definitely worth. You can get the bootleg UA Academy uniform. I'm kind of a fan, not an entire fan. Again, I think it's priced too high. I would have just preferred it if it was the same as the battle pass, or this, like, if it costs less, but you didn't get anything from the battle pass, basically. And all it really was for the people who wanted to get unlimited weapon skins, because honestly, that's one of the main reasons why people get the battle pass to begin with, so they can actually, use their weapon skins. You also get a 20% discount for the duration of the season when you purchase a Ninja Pass. This is absolutely colossal. This is big. This I like. I like this a lot. You get the battle pass, you get 20% off, which will incentivize people to buy more. They'll spend more money thinking that they're spending less because of the 20% discount. I like this a lot. This is a really good business decision. I'm a fan. Up next, sound. You can register background music. Good. Just a solid change. I'm a fan. New weapons. Stream Motor and DJ Scratch. I'm not going to go over these at all. I'm not going to go over these because I know a million other people will. Go look to your ambassadors to go talk about these. All I know is that these, I'm not even going to touch them until like halfway through the season when people have started to figure out how to use them. So you'll probably hear about these from me. Like initial thoughts. Motor, Extreme Motor. It has the horse. It has. I don't remember any of these. It has the horse. It has the shotgun, I think. And then its special is the Sweet Ride bootleg, the bootleg Sweet Ride. First impressions, really good for teams, kind of. Special is worse than Sweet Ride, even though you can get Super Armor at will. I just think it's worse than Sweet Ride because it's interactive. Like you can actually catch this thing. And with Gun Boost Impact, you can kind of just make its life a living hell. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you just, like, watch, like, it's not that fast that someone can't, like, Gum Boost up to it, Gum Boost Impact it, and then you could just get comboed out of it, and that just feels really bad, especially in teams where 9 times out of 10 people are running Gum Boost Impact. I don't think it's that good. And then Shot Gum, I mean, depends how well it can combo with the rest of his kit, but even this, like, if you look at this range, it's not that far. Like, this is a pretty decent range, right? And then any closer is like guaranteed bind. There are a lot of setups that get you that close. So I would say this is pretty useful. And then in regards to this, I think this is really bad. I think this weapon sucks. That's just my first impressions. I think it sucks because Gum Grenade kind of like it's just weird on its kit. Yeah, if it has setups like Caliber and Drill, then it'll probably be really, really good, because again, Gum Grenade is one of the more potent like setup gum shoots to use, because you will just get bound if you get touched by this thing. So I think the usefulness of the weapon entirely depends on if it has any Gum Grenade setups. If it doesn't, it's bad. If it does, it's good. Barring unless they buffed Disco, which I don't think they did. I mean, they should, but I mean, we'll see. Sphinx Valley, good. I don't need to. I mean, let's just look. Look at the Sphinx Valley. Look, it looks great. 1080 sponsorship. We like to see that. Oh my god, Ikairopolis. I hate this. It's just Cairo, Egypt, but they attached an I before it, and then they attached Polis after it, just so it's a city. All right, whatever, man. They got it. I think this is gonna be a really good stage. I think it's really gonna be. It's gonna depend on the team battle drone spawns, because I don't really care about BR. I don't play BR, but this abomination right here. My strategy for dealing with this thing is triple piercing mixer and say I'm killing it from a screen away. I'm not actually gonna fight that thing. So that's basically it. Not really much to say. I'm probably gonna go over this separately if I do. If not, whatever, man. I think this stage is gonna be really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how teams play it. Anyway, UI improvements. Oh, you can remove equipment. Thank God. Thank God you can remove equipment. I've been wanting to remove my equipment so I could reorganize it, but just having a bunch of I'm just good. This is just good. Your rank will be shown even if you place outside the ranking. Really, really good. This is good. If you got stuck in purgatory, for example, if you got 2300 but you lost and you ended up at 2100 before, your name wouldn't show up on the scoreboard, so you couldn't actually see what your rank was worldwide. Now it has that. This is really good. Hopefully rank has some meaning now, considering they fixed the matchmaking, so this is really good. More user-friendly UI improvements. This is really good. We like this. I like the last round. Hopefully this round is a little bit better. All right, here's the fun stuff. Weapon parameter adjustments. All right, let's get it. I'm not even reading this. Actually, let's read it. Dev team is dedicated to ensuring that players can enjoy a wide variety of battling styles, which they have done pretty well. Careful observation to win percentage by each gun weapon and weapon popularity. Host of balance adjustments. Yo-yo, spinner, whatever, man. The demon wheel. I'm not pronouncing that. As well as some gum shoots, gum ninjutsu, which are lower. Wow, they buffed yo-yo and oh my god, they buffed yo-yo and spinner. Oh my god, why? Why did they buff spinner? That weapon was already one of the stronger weapons in the game. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why, man? Oh, I'm hoping these aren't big buffs, man. I really am hoping these aren't big buffs. like this weapon class didn't need buffs at all. It was already a really strong weapon class, and anyone who told you otherwise was just spouting propaganda. Like, these weapons were really strong. Spinner especially. It makes sense when Ninja Yo-Yo and the Demon Wheel got buffed, but Spinner did not need buffs in any capacity, and I think this is ridiculous. Like, okay, if they buff Spinner and nerf Gumnet, I'm happy. Okay, but even still, like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Ippon Katana, Scrollblade, and Shinobu's Paper Fan have received balance adjustments. High victory and usage rate. Yes, I mean, this is expected. And new effect to Master Change. Okay. Ippon Katana, Scrollblade, Shinobu's Paper Fan. Oh my god. Really? Wow. So they blanket nerf. Hold on, I gotta send a message to some guy. I know some people are raring to come back. I have to go send this message to some people. Some people quit the game until Katana nerfs came back. You gotta tell them, because this is pretty big. So they've increased the damage of all the finishers. They've reduced. Okay, so they've increased. Okay. Wow. So they increased the damage of the regular normal attack combo, but reduced the damage of the special attack combo, except for the third. They reduced the damage of charging slash. They increased the block stun against all. Okay. So this is. Okay, so where do I start? So this I don't really mind, because you have to, like, I'm assuming the rest of these are straight nerfs, and people usually finished with the special attack or the special combo. Hold on, let me get in training mode so I can. A lot of people know what I'm talking about, but might as well just go over it. So they increased the damage of the regular combo. Regular combo before. So it was essentially, if assuming my data holds true from last time I updated this, it was 200 and 240 damage. So I'm assuming they probably buffed this by 20 and nerfed this by 20. Granted, it probably shouldn't change the. Okay, so this probably shouldn't change the base combo. So let me double check. If you can still kill 300 with the special combo, then I don't consider anything to be changed. Pretty sure. Hey, big. Oh, this is nice. So they spawn a team battle drone. Wow, they changed training mode in a meaningful way. They now have every single drone, so you can actually practice drone destroying combos. This is really good. You like this? I like to see this. Let's see. I should have Uta Master on this kit. Okay, so nothing has changed. No, nothing has changed at all. So these changes still haven't done anything. You can still do the same combos on 300 HP. I think where this matters is against 330 HP or higher. But like against the greater majority of the cast, legitimately nothing has changed. You can still do neutral 1, 2, 3 charging slash back attack. You can still 1, 2, 3. Ah, man. I thought these changes were supposed to be meaningful. They said they were gonna reduce the amount of time it takes to kill from Gunbind, but like they just didn't. There's one more I just want to test. I want to test one more just to see. I mean, they just haven't changed anything. Like, these changes didn't do anything. So, okay. So, for 300 HP and under, which is the greater majority of the cast, I think we're at 25 weapons now. 25 weapons, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe 5 of them are... Yeah, 5 of them are like 300 HP. Or higher. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. Okay, so let's try Soundhammer. Or actually, yeah, let's try Soundhammer. Because if it still deals enough damage to kill Sound, then these changes actually didn't mean anything. But if Sound Hammer can actually live through this combo, I think it's fine. And honestly, I feel like it will. Yeah, I still think it overkills. I don't think it deals exactly 300, but again, right, greater majority of casts are 300 HP or less, so let's see. Oh yeah, you can. I had to do it twice, so you can definitely feel the damage with that 300 HP or higher, or 360, right? Like you saw how much HP they had left, right? 1, 2, 3, hit down. Okay, so that doesn't finish it off. What about 1, 2, 3, 4? No. So you actually have to do the long combo. Let's see if I can do this. I haven't done any other combos than that after a while. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, you just have to do the Giga Super Omega Long extended combo to kill 360, which I think is really good. So like these changes were meaningful in some way. I still think though that you weren't able to kill 300. Actually, no, you were able to kill 300 pretty easily. With the same combo. So these damage nerfs did do something. And I just want to check 330, because if you can't kill 330 with like the basic combo, then that just means that Katana's matchup just is a lot harder. In regards to like the viability of the weapon, I think it's still fine, right? You can still one cycle. And remember, most people aren't going to be at full HP, right, when you combo them, unless you're actively using wall shooter. So I think this is fine. I think this is okay. 1, 2, 3, that. Okay, so you still can't do that. Okay, so you cannot kill 330 using that combo. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, boom. So even if you double gum shoot, right, which is kind of what normally ends up happening, doesn't kill. So you have to do something like 1, 2, 3. No, sorry. I think you have to do the special combo. Hit down. Neutral down. Okay, that still doesn't kill. All right, so this change is somewhat meaningful then. So essentially, all the tests I did was just trying to see, like, because these are just words essentially. A lot of these are just words, and I'm just trying to see. I just wanted to visualize it, and right now, what ends up happening is basically against 300 HP or less, which is, let me count it up. Pretty sure it's like. Let me grab it. How many weapons are 300? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 weapons. 7 out of the 25. 7 out of the 25. So 18 out of the 25 weapons, the functionality of Ippon Katana doesn't change. You'll still be able to one-shot them in the bind combo. But for the 330 HP and higher, and maybe even the 315, where is it? Maybe even the wait, was there 315? Yeah, right, the Greek here. Even through 315 probably, right? You will not be able to one-shot them with a bind combo, which is really big, because all the weapons that are already 330 and above already have good matchups into Ippon Katana. Break hammers are just really good into Ippon Katana in general. Gumnet you can't contest. A break attack just makes you unable to play the game. Cerberus just has really good tools against Gum Launcher and is hard to take out, especially now. I think it's basically invincible against Ippon Katana as long as it's in healing field. And obviously, right, Sound Hammer Drum Beat. If you can't one-shot them, you'll probably lose, and Ippon Katana can no longer one-shot them, so Drumbeat probably will just auto-win the matchup now. I really think this kind of ruins its viability in ranked BR, strictly because, right, there's an overabundance of hammers out there. So unless you're in a lobby that, like, doesn't have any hammers, you just cannot kill anything. and you have to stick to third parties. And in regards to I didn't check the full combos. Well, we'll check that. I think we'll see if they made any adjustments to Tornado, and then I'll check it again. Actually, no, I should just check it now. So the standard conversion off of okay, so let's start with 300 HP. So for those of you who don't know, again, I'm looking at these blinds, so I don't actually know if they've nerfed Tornado yet, but I still want to test this anyway, at least against 300 HP. So the regular conversion, right, if you hit Charging Slash, it's Charging Slash Tornado. Hold on, let me swatch screens. So normally, right, you would Charging Slash, jump cancel, or dash cancel into Tornado, and that would basically epon almost everything. So, yeah, okay. It still works against 300 HP, which is good. We'll have to see if it works against 300 or 600, but I do want to see if they've nerfed the damage of it. The damage of Ninja Tornado. Anyway, increase the time that you're immobilized when following attacks are guarded against. This is good because it prevents a situation where... so normally what ended up happening was, right, if you attacked someone's shield... CPU settings... If you attacked someone's shield, right, you'd attack someone's shield, and then you would immediately, right, Charging Slash. And what that basically did was, it was like a frame trap. If you didn't continue to hold Gum Guard, you would 100% get hit. You would 100% get hit. Wait, okay. This is first through fourth of back attack, though. Back attack. So it's these. Oh, that's really big. That's really big. So, normally it would either be neutral attack, but obviously, right, your way to get in as Ippon Katana, 9 times out of 10, at least against most, like, moderate level Ippon Katanas, right, you would use side attack, boom. You would try to side attack them, and then you would, you know, side attack into Charging Slash, Utasemi Gum Shoot, into finishing the full combo. What this ends up, what this does is it basically reduces your pressure, right? Because before, right, you could side attack into immediate Charging Slash, and it would be a frame trap, as I said before, where if the person wasn't holding Gum Guard or like didn't have like a frame 1 invincible ninjutsu of their own, they would get hit, right? And then they'd get put into a vortex. You know, they would do this, and then 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 they would do like that, and then they would do like this, and you basically just couldn't play the game. What this does is it basically prevents that from happening. And basically, if a katana engages on you, right, and you block this, you are plus. You are in a position to actually be able to fight back instead of just auto losing to the immediate Charging Slash following afterwards. I think this is a really good change. I like this change a lot. Decreased downtime of the following attacks. Decrease the downtime? I think it's not downtime. What is downtime? My brain is short-circuiting. Of wide attacks? I think it's that they come out faster. I think it comes out faster. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure because this is very non-specific, but I know some people know what I'm talking about. If you do know what I'm talking about, let me know, because I'm not sure what they mean by downtime. Charging Slash. Charging Slash has received the following adjustments. Cooldown time has been extended. Good. It's one of the strongest ninjutsus in the game at literally almost every situation. I think it deserves to have a longer cooldown time. It is now up to probably 9 seconds. Same with Power Buster, and like considering that Charging Slash is better than Power Buster than a majority of situations, I think it's for the better. So this is really good. What I do like as well, it can be cancelled by using Gum Guard, or at least that's what it says. I'm using Gum Guard and it's not getting cancelled. Wait. Oh, so it canceled. Okay, so what used to happen before was, right, if you press Charging Slash and it didn't hit, you get caught in this long animation where your character slowed down and then came to a stop. And it was really bad because you could easily get punished if someone managed to dodge it, or it just felt really bad when you were chasing someone, it whiffed, or like it did one of the things where it clipped their Gum Guard, but you kept going, so you couldn't actually follow chasing. What this does is it allows you to cancel it, so you can actually just jump out of it, right? And you can L dash out of it as well, too, which is really good, right? You can just jump out of it. That's really good. Dashing out of it is probably gonna be better because, oh, this is moderately a better approach option now, and I think this is an overall buff. Just using it and just like trying to like scout people out, because now what you can do, right? You can do, hold on, if I space it properly, you can do something. Oh, I don't think I switched. Okay, good. I'm on the right screen. You can do something like this now. Wait, I mean, this is gonna be tough to do because I don't quite know the spacing of this perfectly. But you can do. No. You can do something like that now. Not perfect, but you can do something like that, where you can literally just charging slash up to someone, and now they're caught in a mix. You can. Sorry, that was the wrong direction. Lock on. So you can do something like, what is, hello, targeting? Please, let me target you. All right, let me try to get this. So you can do something like that now. You can just charging slash up to someone, and if they have and if you space it perfectly, you can just have them eat either a break attack if they're not respecting you. If they're not respecting you, you can just tornado them to pop them, etc., etc. It opens a lot more avenues. It's a little restrictive because I thought you could cancel it in the middle of it, but I think this is fine. This adjustment increases the time it takes to destroy drones and defeat opponents during gunbind. These are really good things to touch. This weapon should not be able to take drones very fast. It should be able to kill opponents fast, but they nerfed that too. Yeah, and this is also really good. They recognize that a lot of this weapon strength comes from Utsumi Master, and they nerfed Utsumi Master and nothing changed, so they decided to take things a step further. This is really okay. This is really good, and I don't mind these changes at all. I do not mind these changes at all. I like these. I like these changes a lot. All right, next. Decrease the downtime of normal attack. Again, I don't know what this means, but back attacks have received the following adjustments. Hold on, let me switch so you guys can see it. Sorry, let me go over that again because I forgot to switch screens. Okay. Utsumi Master, so like I said, right, top level, they recognized that Utsumi was part of the problem of Ippon Katana being strong. They nerfed it, and the weapon win rate and play rate didn't change. Or usage rate and victory rate, win rate didn't change. So they decided to nerf it more, which I agree with. What I don't agree with is nerfing the time it takes to destroy drones and defeating opponents during gunbind. I think this should be its strongest aspect, and it shouldn't be able to destroy drones. But again, you can't really take one without taking the other. So I think this is a very unfortunate, thing, collateral damage, so to speak. Overall, though, I think these changes are okay. I was of the opinion that Ippon Katana was relatively okay in regards to its balance, and its issue didn't come from the weapon itself, but most of it came from Utsumi Master, Gum Launcher, and Charging Slash. I would have liked it if they just nerfed those three things instead of nerfing the base kit in and of itself, but I think it's overall fine. Drill Beast Cornbat. Decrease the downtime of normal attacks. Back attacks have received adjustment. So again, I think this just means it's faster. Hold on, I'll switch back to this other screen in a second. All right. So, decrease the downtime of normal attacks. Is this if you stagger it? I'm not sure. It might be if you stagger it. Again, I don't play drill. Probably for Ippon Katana it's more noticeable, but what you could do, or what you do, like on Ippon Katana and these kinds of weapons, if you're in a position where you can play slow, you'll just go through. Oh, I think I see. Okay. I think. No, I think it's fine. Never mind. Forget I was saying anything. I don't know what downtime means. I don't know what it means. Again, like as I said previously, if go look for J-Bed, Deadhead, Silk, for that kind of stuff. I don't know what it means. So, back attacks have received the following adjustment. Increase the time that you're immobilized when your attack is guarded against. This is good. Again, main engage tool, back attack for katana class. It's just solid, and giving more opportunity for other weapons to be able to fight back when they get engaged on, I think is really good. Not as oppressive as Ippon Katana, because again, Drill and Corn don't have charging slash, but still needed nonetheless. Back attack can now be cancelled after the first hit by jumping or dodging. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? There's no shot they let this happen. Oh my god. They okay, this is an overall. I think this is an overall buff. This is an overall buff. This is a so. Oh my god, this is an overall buff. But I mean, obviously, right? The question is, hit stun. Is this enough to which you can side attack, jump cancel, into the neutral attack string? Because if you can do this, sorry. If you could, and obviously, right, you could do it before, but what this allows you to do after the first hit is it puts it in a little bit more controlled environment, right? Where things aren't like, so normally what ends up happening is like you hit the side attack and your screen starts shaking and everything goes crazy, especially in like the heat of battle, right? If you have to do this, it might just be, sorry, I'm bad at aiming. It's a little disorienting, but there I know there's something you could probably do off of this. There is. I mean, the other thing too is gum binds, right? Oh, this is so good. So before, right, if you were trying to get on someone with a gum bind, if they were gum bound, right, and you side attack them, but they still had their weapon, right, they would just immediately S-burst after, and you wouldn't be able to get the full conversion. Now, what you can do is, if there's someone far away that your teammate has gum bound, what you can now do is you can do this into the regular neutral string, and you can actually just get an Ippon on them without giving them an opportunity to fight back. This is a really, really big buff for teams especially, and I think just overall, I think this is really good. It's hard for me to get the timing down. There has to be something else you can do. Maybe something like that, where you can, hold on. Maybe something like, I don't know. I don't exactly know the timing, but maybe something like that along those lines. You could probably do this change. But this, I think this is an overall buff. I like this change a lot. I like this change a lot, and I think this is a really good buff. Decrease downtime, normal attacks, back attacks, receive the following adjustments. Yeah, this is all really good. Next. Alright. That's the Skate Sushi. These weapons have been buffed or nerfed almost every single patch. They don't know how to adjust the strength of these things. Okay. All right, let's see. So, hammer. These are a lot of adjustments. And I think, just from reading them, I think it's an overall moderate change. So let's just go with my tried and true skate. I think overall this is a moderate change. Oops, that didn't let me to open rooms. Let's go to training room. So normal attacks will receive the following adjustment. Increase the duration of hits. I think this means knockback. You will now move further when attacking. Cancel timing of the attack has been sped up. So what I think these changes mean. So okay, let's. I probably should have chose sushi so I could get gum binds easier. I think this one. So what I think this means is, right, the normal. So what normally ended up happening. What normally ended up happening was you could only hit like maybe 2 neutral attacks before the opponent was able to jump out. And what I think this did was it increased the hit stun, and it moved further so that you could be able to connect that last one, where as for normally you would be able to get away from the hammer after 2 hits if you had a jump or dash available. Now I don't think you can. And the jump cancel timing got improved, which made it easier to perform those kinds of combos. The next thing, ninjutsu gauge when you're landing wide attacks has been reduced. Yes, I mean, that's just a complete necessity. When you can basically have Tenchi Muyo permanently up off of 3 drones, yeah, when you can get when you can get Tenchi off of 3 drones, I think that is enough to warrant a nerf. I am happy with that change. I think that change is deserved. Now, the following adjustments have been made to Power Buster. They increased the duration of the super armor. So they nerfed when the super armor appeared 2 patches ago. Now they are extending it again, which I think is really good. And they made it jump cancelable. You can cancel this. Why? Why? This is so nasty. This is so gross. This is so gross. This is so absolutely gross. This is so absolutely gross that you can cancel this, right? You can essentially fake it, right? So, the most common thing when you're playing Hammer, right, is that you get into, like, one applicable situation of this is if you're in the Hammer Ditto, and if you recognize, well, actually, what is an applicable situation of this, right? Because I'm assuming it puts it on cooldown. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it puts it on cooldown. If you jump cancel out of it. Yeah, it does put it on cooldown. I think it's if you're trying to bait something, right? It's so hard to find a usage, like, it's so hard to think of a usage of it because there's not really many situations where you want to, like, if you press the power button and you see they aren't approaching, you could just jump cancel the side attack and just end up taking the drone, right? Because what normally happens is there's usually, like, a standoff, you're just smacking the drone, or, let me do the small drone. You're normally smacking the drone, and you're like, what do I do? And like, there's someone around you, and you're like, okay, maybe they'll commit, and then they commit to it, they hit the drone, and you're just like, thanks for the free food. By the way, the regular hammer combo still works on a small drone, which is really good. But I guess, like, that's about it. Or, like, if you're fighting someone... Wait. If you're fighting someone, you can use this reactively now. Because what you can do... If you recognize they're using an attack, you can super armor through it, and then try to counter-attack them. Sorry. I'm trying to... So there's a little bit of delay before you can jump cancel it, but like you can gun boost impact them. I think if you like downwards gun boost impact, I don't know how to do it because my controller mechanics are not the best. I don't have the best mechanics, but I'm certain, right? If I know Naza is probably the best at using that downwards gun boost impact. I feel like there's an opportunity where you could probably cancel Power Buster into downwards gun boost impact and knock whoever's attacking you away while also tanking their hit. This is really, really good, and I think this is an overall... It's probably an overall nerf, but even still, let's see. Increases in ninjutsu gauge was really good. Wide attacks have been weakened when attacking drones. However, normal attacks and Power Busters have been strengthened. So, balance adjustments. 2, 3... Oh, sorry, I hit that one before. So, right, the regular hammer taking on small drones didn't really change. Again, it's still 3 hits, and you're out of there. For big drones, let's see. 1, it was 5 before. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. This is an overall buff. This is an overall buff. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed between the hammer's normal functionality and matches. So this is an overall buff. Making Power Buster cancelable just makes it more forgiving to use. Increased duration of the super armor and increased ninjutsu rage. I think this is an overall buff. This is obviously a pretty handy nerf, but you were only able to do this if you were uncontested. And again, in BR you might have been able to, but in teams there are situations where you just aren't able to do this. So I think this is fine, and this also helps in teams because it reduces snowballing, right? Because your Tenchi isn't permanently up, your Rocket isn't permanently up. I think this is a really good adjustment, and I think this still is an overall buff. Pretty good change. Up next, Iron Noise and Drum Beat. Okay. Let's see. Wide attacks have been weakened This is a really good change. Drum beat was even worse than iron noise, and drum beat was even worse when it came to sorry, just so that you guys can read. Drum beat and iron noise were even worse than sound hammer when it came to how fast it charged ninjutsu on drones. So this is a really good change that they adjusted it, and I like this change a lot. Once again, prevents snowballing of dragons, prevents snowballing of rockets. Overall, a really good change. I like it. The next thing, wide attacks have received the following adjustment. Now be cancelled after the 4th hit with echoing scream. Reduce ninjutsu gauge rate of increase. So, what does this mean? Wide attacks. So, 1, 2. Oh. I mean, couldn't you already do this anyway? After the wide attack. 1, 2. I mean, you could already do this anyway, I thought. Certainly someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but overall, it's good. I mean, it creates more opportunities to use wide attack, but wide attack still isn't the greatest of things to use on people just from how long it takes. I mean, this is basically a zero sum change. This is a zero sum. Essentially, nothing has changed with this weapon. It's still just as strong. I don't quite know what this adjustment was. I'm certain Nazo or Kurofang will be able to tell you what exactly changed and the new things you can do with this change. But overall, I think this is just a net zero change for the weapon. Popeye Cerberus. Reduce ninjutsu gauge rate of increase for back attacks. I don't need to go over this. This is just a good change. Seems they're reducing ninjutsu gauge across the board, which I like a lot because, again, snowballing sucks, especially in teams, and I'm a fan of this. Ninja Yo-Yo. Oh my god. Why am I looking at a page? Ah, man. I hope these nerfs don't do anything. I'm of the faction that Shinobi Spinner is already one of the best weapons in the game. And, seeing it getting buffed really is very frustrating. Because Spinner, when Spinner is meta, the game just isn't fun for everyone. It's fun for nobody except the Spinner players. So, I don't think this weapon should ever be meta, and I don't think it should be meta, but I'm just hoping these buffs aren't anything too crazy. Alright. Increased back attack damage. Already off to a bad start. Okay. Alright. Already off to a bad start. Increasing back attack damage for no reason. This is great. More damage for this thing. Oh, sorry, let me see. Let me switch. Increased back attack damage. Yay. More damage for this thing. For a reason I don't know. I don't know why they felt the need to change this. Increased damage from the first stage of wide attacks. Don't know why they did that either. It doesn't need to be changed. It was fine before. I don't know why they're adding more damage to this thing. Increase the damage dealt from the second stage of... Okay. This I don't mind. Because no one really used the second stage wide attacks. But it's whatever. Increase the downtime. I don't know what downtime means, but I'm assuming this is a buff. Or I'm assuming it's a nerf, but they buffed everything else. I think they made the moves come out faster. Why? They made yo-yo toss come out faster. Why? They made all these attacks come out faster. Why? I mean, yo-yo toss was fine. It was already hard enough to hit, but the reward off of hitting, it was just too much. They've changed the speed of the weapon. I think they made it. I mean, we'll see. Speed adjustment. They fixed an issue where attacks would miss. That's really good. Results are on the decline, but it's been buffed. Damage has been increased, so it'll be possible to defeat your opponents faster. I don't even... Sped up cancel time. I'm good. I don't want to read this. This is an absolutely terrible change. This is really, really bad. This is a really bad change. These two are really bad changes for the game. These weapons did not... Spinner did not need any more buffs. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. I don't think this means that this is going to be... We're going to return back to a double spinner meta, but I just... I don't think... yeah. Whatever. Move on. Mellow Ella mode and trick ball. Let's get into this one. I don't even want to look at these because looking at these just gets me annoyed. I don't want to see those. So let's see. Yeah, let's move on. Mellow Ella mode and trick ball. Decreased damage resulting from normal attacks. This is good. Oh my gosh, these are really good changes. These are really, really good changes. So they decrease the damage resulting from normal attacks. This makes it so that you probably have to use a finisher on 360 HP weapons or above. Because what ended up happening was people usually just mashed ZR and didn't actually use any kind of finisher. Like for example, like the dunk is what I mean when I say finisher. So let's see. Sorry if you hear any creaking. It's my chair. Apologies for that. So let's see. Remove the gum damage caused by the blast of first and second stage of normal attack when initiated with... Oh, well, sorry. Decreased damage resulting from normal attack. So, if I'm correct, you should... Okay. Never mind. Nothing's changed. They decrease the damage, but you can still just neutral attack people to death. Yeah. By proxy, this is nothing's changed. It only affects only affects lower level mellow and trick ball users, I think. I don't think this is that big of a change. This is a big change though. Remove gum damage caused by the first and second blast for the second. So normally, right, these don't gum damage. So if you had small weapon, right, doing those two attacks, and if they had if your opponent had like any amount of gum damage on them, either from balloons, from weak to semi-master, you could just bind them with medium weapon off of these attacks alone, without actually having to do anything. So I think this is a really good change, and it prevents early epons from happening as easy, and it allows, you know, big weapon to be strong as they should be, and increasing the importance of getting your big weapon on, especially on a weapon like this. The following adjustments have been made to Beyond the Gum. The range has been shortened. That doesn't look like a shortened range to me. I'll probably feel it when I actually play, and but I'm certain. I don't have Gun Boost Impact on this set. Okay, that is shortened range. That is shortened range. This is good. It allows you to space around it easier, which you should have been doing to begin with, but it was hard because the range was ridiculous. Now it's a little bit better. I am a fan. You move less far when attacking. So they shorten the range and they shorten the amount that... So this little wind-up animation, you used to move forward a lot more. They reduced it by... Which made the range a lot bigger than it actually was. Now it's balanced. And you don't move at all, which is really good. I like this a lot. This is a really good change. Anyway. Cancel time for Gum Guard has been sped up. Gotta... This is instant. What? Wait, this move is unpunishable now. Wait, for real? I mean, not that it was punishable to begin with, but you can just cancel this in the Gum Guard almost instantly. What? Why do they do this? Is this a buff? I feel like this is a buff. I think this is a buff to good. This is a nerf for bad trick ball, or for, sorry, let me stop using. Bad and good are very bad terms to use. This is a nerf for lower level trick ball users, but for higher level trick ball users, I think this is a buff. And just for higher level play overall, this is a buff. Because 9 times out of 10, people will space around this properly and try to punish you afterwards. But from what it looks like, you can get your Gum Guard almost instantly afterwards, which means that this is unpunishable. Oh my gosh. I think this is a net buff. I think they buffed this. I think they buffed this weapon. especially in teams, right? Teams, you just get blown up if you miss this by another person. Now it's just, I think this is a buff. They somehow managed to buff. How, dude? How did they manage to buff Trick Ball and Mellow? Oh my god! How did they manage to buff Trick Ball and Mellow? How did they manage to buff Trick Ball and Mellow? Are you for real? All they had to do was, dude, if all they had to do was just increase the cooldown of it as well. They needed to increase the cooldown and buff the passive. Oh my god. Oh. So, as I just explained, I think this is a net buff. What I really hoped for them to do was increase the cooldown and buff the passive, so you actually had to play safer. And it made getting hit by you know, Gum Launcher, any sort of straight damage, a lot more punishing. And if they just increased the cooldown, I think it would just be balanced. But instead, they chose to just nerf the range, which doesn't really matter with Gun Boost Impact, might I add. Granted, I'm not going to test it with Gun Boost Impact because I don't want to feel sadness today. But it shouldn't affect the range with Gun Boost Impact. If it does, then it's a net nerf. If it doesn't, then it is a overall buff. That's all for that, but I don't know. Actually, whatever. I don't know how they managed to buff this thing, but I think they have. You know what, before I even say that, let me actually test with Gun Boost Impact, so I'm not just saying it's overall buff. If this can hit with Gun Boost Impact, and my Gun Boost Impact I think is at level 5, so this is like ENL level Gun Boost Impact. So if it hits with this, which it should, then it's an overall buff. This is very, very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. There's my trick ball set. I'm pretty sure I have a trick ball set somewhere with Gun Boost Impact. This is really, really disappointing. That they managed to buff Trick Ball in Mellow mode. This should never happen. This should never ever happen. This should never be a buff. Like, if it already wasn't. It says cancel timing for Gum Guard, but like, whatever, man. All right, let's Gun Boost Impact into this thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is an overall buff. If cancel timing for Gum Guard Master means what I said it means, then it's an over. If it means what I said it means, or what I think it means, it's an overall buff. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Home Run Surfer. Alright. This is my main, this is my tried and true. This is my favorite weapon. Let's see how they have changed it. Here it is. Alright. You can... No! 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 They removed the spin? No! No! Stop! Stop it! Stop! No! Stop! Stop it! Stop! So they decrease the damage of this attack, which is fine. Oh, let me switch. So they decrease the damage of the first stage normal attack, which is fine. The second and third attacks have received the following adjustments. The cancel attack timing has been sped up, which made it combo faster. Oh my god. It can now be canceled after the first hit by jumping or dodging, which is really good because it, yeah. I mean, well, it's not good because it doesn't cause spin anymore. This is a nerf. I don't care what everything else says. This is just the biggest nerf this weapon has ever gotten. It's more so for Caliber than it is for Home Run Surfer, but it doesn't matter what other adjustments they make. This is an overall nerf, and I think this actually kind of just guts the weapon's usability. I think this weapon is just dead. I think Caliber just doesn't exist anymore. I think they just killed Caliber. Because the biggest thing about Caliber, I don't feel like swapping it. But the biggest thing about Caliber, right, is you could neutral 1 into neutral 2, right? And you had a gum grenade set up. Free. Guaranteed. Due to the spin, meaning that it was 100% guaranteed. Now, it's no longer guaranteed. And that was kind of like the only thing that made you pick Caliber over Drill. I mean, that and Overpowering Wave. I don't know. This is a really, 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 really big nerf. And it doesn't matter that you can cancel it after the first hit. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what are you going to do off of the first hit, right? Like, I can't do anything off of this. Like, there's literally nothing I can do off of the first hit. Like, I can what? What can I do? What can I do off of this? I don't know. You just do this and then this and then dash and then this and then this and then I guess you could just do that and just loop it, but like it doesn't do anything. Like it's just a really big nerf. This is just the biggest nerf you could have given the weapon, honestly. And, like, there's nothing that you can give it back that it's... whatever. The homing abilities of the break attack have been increased. This is really good. Break attack will just sometimes randomly miss. And now it won't do that anymore, which is really good for setups. I like this a lot. Following adjustments have been made to Overpowering Wave. Surfing time has been shortened. Doesn't look shortened to me. Cooldown... Oh my god. Reduce CDR, so I feel less bad about surf boost. Sorry. I feel it's hard to surf boost when she has no cooldown. Sorry. Let me do this properly. Oh my god, let me do this properly. I can't do it properly. Whatever. I can't do it properly, but surf boosting, the time has been shortened. It makes me feel less bad about surf boosting because the CDR of the weapon is overall shortened. You could probably surf boost into... and probably have Overpowering Wave up for the second engagement, which is really good. CDR has been reduced. Increased move speed. This is really good. Just makes you move faster. We like that. Hit detection range has been increased. So this is definitely for online play because this... So there are really cool combos that you can do with Overpowering Wave. But the issue was that, like, so you could probably do this. Sorry. You have to jump cancel this. There's really cool combos you can do with Overpowering Wave. For example, let's just do a new one. You do something like this. But doing that online was impossible because Overpowering Wave was the worst piece of abomination you could possibly use online. It was very, very wonky, didn't always work properly. And it just ended up being relegated to just doing this and then praying. This is a lot better. They fixed the hit detection range. This is really good. Can now be cancelled into gum guarding after this is a really good buff. This is a really good buff. I think this is pretty good. I think this is really good. That you can cancel it into... You can go... Hold on. I gotta test this. Hold on. Because if you can surf boost and keep the momentum while also gum guarding... Sorry. This is drawing in the way. So, if you can surf boost and keep the momentum and gum guard down... Oh my god. This is such a big buff. Especially with small weapons. Hold on. Let me go to... This is such a huge buff for its usage in the early game because you don't get that floating mechanic. So what you can do now at game start is you can surf boost and just hold gum guard, and you will just gum guard and drop into the enemy's base. Completely safe from poke. Obviously stuff like drill break attack will stop it, but this is just a really good buff. Obviously, right, once you get big weapon, you can't do stuff like this because you'll end up starting to float. But this is just really, really good, and it's just a really, really, really safe way to engage. I like this change. This is a really good change. Still doesn't make up for the nerf that I have highlighted. This really doesn't make up for this nerf. This is such a big nerf that I think this weapon's unrecoverable. Home Run Surfer didn't care, but Caliber definitely cared about this, and I think this is like... I think this just Guts caliber. I don't think it's worth using anymore. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, kunai. CDR has been reduced. Good. Gum damage increased. Cooldown or downtime decreased. I still don't know what downtime is. I'm assuming it's cooldown, but like they would say cooldown. So I'm assuming it comes out faster or its end frames are faster. Something along those lines. Gum damage increased is interesting. I wonder if that means it's probably something marginal. I don't know how to say that word. It's probably something marginal, like relatively small, to which like you would still need to hit 4 kunai to bind. But if it turns into something that you need 3 kunai to bind, then I think it's a pretty big buff, and I think kunai becomes a lot more usable. The issue with kunai was ever since like season 1, like after they've nerfed it, the game has sped up because players have gotten better, which has made kunai a lot easier to work around, and you would almost never hit it unless the opponent was asleep at the wheel or they were caught in a setup. I think this is a really good, and I think now it's a lot better considering that you can use them more now, which is really big. So let's see. It should still be. What? Am I crazy? Hold on. What? I must have been crazy. I could have sworn it was 4 kunai to bind. I could have sworn it was 4 kunai to bind. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. It was 6. Oh. Right? It was 6. Yeah. 6 kunai to bind. Wow. So they changed it to 5. Sorry. Is it still 6? I thought it was 5. Oh no, those are mini kunai, so those don't count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So they changed it from 6 kunai to bind to 5 kunai to bind. Not a significant. It's a pretty solid change, but it's not a significant one. It's just an overall buff, which is good. Increased CDR time as well, really good. This is just good. I think this is a solid change. Gumnet bug fixes. This is good. I've seen this bug happen so many times when spectating ENL. I'm happy this is fixed, and this is also really good for. This bug fix is also really good. Yeah. Increased projectile speed. I know Starling will like this one. This is really good. Gum balloons, CDR reduced, increased projectile speed, increased the homing ability. Really, really good for gum balloons. Very oppressive already, even better. What? No shot. Okay. I was about to say, did they make Gum Laser long bind? So short bind is when, right, you bind your opponent and their arms are still free. And that's what Utsu Semi-Master Bind is now. And hold on, I'll show it. But that's what Utsu Semi-Master Bind is right now. It's a short bind. Your arms are still free, or your opponent's arms are still free, and they're still allowed to move. Increase the time of gum bind is very interesting, because we'll see if it's a medium bind instead of a long bind. Let's see. Let's go training. Got my Shinobuzz paper fan ready. Alright. Increase the gum damage of small lasers. Okay, let's start with the big lasers. Increase time to gum bind. Still a short bind, but probably just a slight increase. It's pretty okay. Pretty nice. It's probably more of a quality lift than anything. Increase the gum damage with small lasers. Sorry, I have to rein it in. Probably do this before, but like, Jesus. Oh my god. Oh wait, I don't have Uta Semi-Master. I'm assuming you could Uta like, being able to do this at the start of the game is like kind of good, not gonna lie. Especially if you have Uta Semi-Master. I'm pretty sure this means that Uta Semi-Master plus 1 laser will actually bind. Which means you can just... This is really good. We like this. This is a pretty good change. More so for Shinobu's Paper Fan than Cerberus, honestly. Or Scrap Saber, I think. Shinobu's Paper Fan likes this change the most. This is really, really big. I like these changes a lot for Shinobu's Paper Fan, and I think this weapon is just going to get better. Increase homing ability for Gum Searcher. This... What? Sure, I guess. Piercing Mixer. Drones will be visible through walls when active. Huge. Now you don't need to take Discerning Eye. Now you don't need to take that assist code from Discerning Eye if you haven't already memorized where the new drones are. This is big because now when you use Mixer, you can be like, okay, drone A, I've taken. Where can I go next? This is really, really good. Drones will now be visible through walls and active. This is also really good. Drones will be visible walls and active, really good. Disco, drones will be visible walls and active, really good. Master of Change. Staying still during your morphed attack can do 1 strength attack that can score you an E-Pawn. Oh, sorry. I didn't switch. Let me switch. Okay, like I said, Gum Searcher, increase homing ability, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Piercing Mixer, all of these drones are now visible through walls when active. This is all really good. Master of Change. Received a new effect. If you stay morphed for a certain period of time, you can gum bind your opponent with your first gum weapon attack. You will score an E-Pawn if you defeat your opponent. This is really good. Master of Change, people needed a reason to use this because the passive healing has essentially been kind of nullified by Popeye Cerberus. I think this is really big. Whether it will see play or not, it depends. But I like this change a lot, and I think this opens up another playstyle while also giving people more of a reason to take Master of Change while also individualizing it as a Shinobi card. I was of the opinion that it was one of the lesser used Shinobi cards, and it seems that Gung Ho Online Entertainment and the Ninjala team agreed with me on that regard, so they gave it a pretty relevant change. The question is it a normal attack? Okay, it's a gum weapon attack, which is good. Because imagine you're hidden and you could just imagine you're hidden and you could charging slash and bind your opponent. That would be a little too strong. This is a pretty good change though. Two-edged parry, good. This is good. They finally made it. They made it visually obvious when you have shockwave damage equipped. This is always good. Strike big. Cost has been reduced. This is good because no one uses this card except for hammers, and it already cost too much for what it gave you. And what it gave you was, it turned you into free food for anyone with Giant Killer. So, this is really good. Auto target range. I don't use auto targets, so I can't speak about this. Score adjustments. Increased score received when achieving a KO. So, before it was 150. Before it was 100. Increased score when defeating opponent on a successful parry. There was a multiplier for this. I don't quite know what the multiplier is, but this is good. KOs have been increased. So I'm assuming so KOs used to be 100 and E-Pawns were 150. I'm assuming now it's 100 and 200, I think. So I'm assuming KOs are now like 150 and E-Pawns are 250, which is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. These are pretty okay changes. I don't think this fixes the issues that people have, but it definitely adjusts something. And this is a placebo change just to placate the people complaining about score. I think this is fine. Let's see. Stage adjustments. WNA Academy. The distribution of S energy has been increased. Eagle change to respawn locations. This is for BR. Don't really. It's whatever. Team battle S energy distribution has been adjusted. Good. Fort Riverdale. Okay, guaranteed life energy gum on the first try. This is really good. Adjusted the speed and the tempo. This is all really good for just increasing the pace of play. The main issue about the gumball machine is that you had to go out of your way, and it took a long time for you to actually get what you wanted out of the gumball machine. Now we should be seeing a lot more judgment gums come out, which is really good. Really, really, really good for competitive play. I like this. Bomb gum. Increased damage and made it faster. Really good. Energy life. Boosted. the effect will apply to your entire team. This is huge for teams. This is so massive for teams. Now Energy Life Gum just has even more priority. And you're guaranteed it on your first try. This is something you want to go for when they first open, huh? This is pretty good. This is pretty good change for Fort Riverdale. Might change the way Fort Riverdale is played. More priority on the gacha machines is always really good. I like this. This is a pretty good change. Large and team battle drones will now appear in the standby dojo, but still no change for trading mode, I don't think. Change it for Ninjala strikers. Resolution of known issues. Still no list of bug fixes. Whatever. Fix an issue where the player would fall to the ground when a hit stop occurs midair. Whatever. And I mean, that's it. Overall, let's just go through it from top to bottom real fast. Kind of the main things. The main thing, matchmaking. Matchmaking changes are really good. Where is it? All right, to summarize. Matchmaking changes. Really, really, really good overall. Finally, ranked might mean something. This is big, and more people will have more incentive to play, unless you are part of the conglomerate that doesn't like fighting against strong opponents and actively avoids them, to which you hate this change. But that's a story for another day. Katana nerfs needed desperately. Overall, doesn't change much in regards to fighting weapons that are 300 HP or under, but fighting anything above 300 HP basically turns the matchup from already hard enough to even more difficult. Very, very solid set of changes. Joe Beast and Cornbat, I think this is an overall buff. The fact that you can cancel the first hit of the neutral attack allows a lot more combo opportunities and combo trees that you can build off of. This is really good. Skate, Sushi, and Great Gear, they buffed this weapon again. This is an overall buff, and this makes this weapon a lot stronger by a lot. And it already was strong, and now it is stronger. Take that as you will. Iron Noise Drum Beat, overall zero change. Nothing has changed about it at all. Just opened up more combo tree. Reduced ninjutsu gauge always hurts. Similar with Skate and Drill, but a relative non-factor in the grand scheme of just the weapon being able to be used. Popeye Cerebus, just reduced ninjutsu change, a zero-sum change. Ninja Yo-Yo Spinner and Demon Wheel got buffed for no reason, especially Spinner getting buffed for no reason. Some of the adjustments are good, but I really hate it overall, and I really hate all of these changes. I don't think these weapons needed to be buffed by this much, and I just don't like it at all. I think these changes are very detrimental. Truck Ball Mellow, they buffed Truck Ball and Mellow for some reason. I don't know why either. This is really bad. I don't know why they buffed it. Yeah. Anyway, Home Run Surfer and Caliber. Caliber basically just got its kneecaps busted in. Now it no longer has a guaranteed confirm, which means it's really bad. Overpowering wave buffs feel really good, though, for Home Run Surfer. Home Run Surfer is relatively buffed. Caliber is pretty nerfed. Kunai overall buffed. Gum Net, Gum Grenade, Gum Balloons all buffed. Gum Lasers buffed. Gum Searcher buffed. And a bunch of ninjutsu quality of life changes. Master change. Really good change overall. We'll see how people use it, and we'll see if it actually becomes a must-have. Two-edged parry, nice visual indicator. Strike big, cost reducer is really good. Score adjustments, obviously really good. Placebo buff, though, should overall just slightly increase the importance of KOs at the beginning stages of the game. Stage adjustments, really big for Fort Riverdale. Will probably change the way the game is played in teams, with more emphasis on the giant gumball machine, or at least the first rotation of it. And yeah, so that's it. Nice 1 hour, almost 90 minutes of going over patch notes. Really good. I mean, overall, I think these patches, were for the better. These changes were for the better. I am a fan of a handful of these changes. I think this changes the game up enough where it's for the better and not for the worse. And yeah, so that's it for me. I will probably see you guys for the next patch notes whenever those come out. Hopefully they do a mid-season patch, but if they don't, I'll see you guys for the next season patch. This is xtienshinhan, and see you guys later.